are back. We are back on the No Nonsense Trader channel, and I'm Dave, and today is day one of school, of the course that I'm going to create out of thin air, and it is completely free. So let's get started. One channel watcher fan shot me an email and told me that there is a $6,000 course on trading, quant trading with strategy quant, and I think this is the website. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can hit me back in an email. But yeah, I don't know if spending $3,000 or $2,000 for strategy quant software and then paying an extra 6,000, to study with these dudes right here. I just don't know if you're going to get a return on your investment. And, I just thought that's why, let's just make this free. Let's just make everything on the website free and, everything on the YouTube free. There's nothing to pay for. Yeah. And let me show you something else. You know what? If you want to, if you think these guys, these quant guys or schools have, information to unlock, secret information to unlock, which you think they have, you could just go into Pirate Bay and type in, type in like quant or quantitative trading, and they've got a bunch of books and stuff that you can get, and I'll just let you know, they are so boring, these quant books, and I don't even know if I could do that course in the last one, because I'll just tell you, it is so boring, some of this stuff. If you have trouble sleeping, you should just get one of these books that it's on Pirate Bay, and then read that about quant stuff to go to sleep at night, because it's just so, for me, I just can't digest it. It's just, I read one book, and it's just, all I can say as my takeaway from it is, hey, there's a lot of details in quant trading and just trading. There's a ton of details using strategy quant. It might not be for everybody just because there's so many details. One thing I want to talk about in strategy quant, which we're in right now, is these broker profiles. Okay, when we're getting started with using the broker profiles for choosing which prop firm you're gonna go with, you've only got really three to use here: Darwin X, which is Darwin X0, because these are the CFDs, and this one is only, even though it says Darwin X0, it's just stocks. So you got Darwin X, you got FTMO, and then you've got the fivers. Okay, so those are the only three pretty good ones, solid ones for your broker profiles. And so just choose one of these three. You can make your own broker profiles, like I've made here for Funded Next. And didn't I make another one? Yeah, here it is, Seacrest Markets. You can make your own broker profiles, but you know what? Just choose one of those three, either Darwin X, FTMO, or the Fivers. So just choose out of those three prop firms, yeah. And let's move on. So we're now in the custom projects. I'm going to show you, I have a lot of custom projects. Like, a lot. Okay. And these are not all of them. There's just so many custom projects that I've made. And let's go up at the top here. So the one prop firm that I haven't started and passed for is the Fivers. So I was thinking of making this course just based on the Fivers prop firm. Not because I think they're the best or whatever, but they're pretty good out of what else is left. So yeah, now let's look at the top here. I've got these two right here. This is what I'm going to give you. And this is the final, this is as much as I know. as far as making strategies, uh, you have to make a mean reversion type strategy and a trend type strategy. And then not only that, but you have to make 1 to 6 engines, each of them. If you figure out that one type of financial item works better on a trend or a mean reversion. So once you figure out that, once you go through, you know, all kinds of different financial items, and you realize, okay, these ones are good for trending, and these ones are good for mean reversion. And then also we're going to talk about time frames and which is the best. And it's just a lot of work. So anyone that's thinking about getting into strategy quant, because now strategy quant is having the Black Friday sale, and people are maybe considering buying it, and to maybe get into prop firm trading or something like that. I'll just let you know, like, there's just a lot of work that you're going to be using this software for. You're going to become a power user. You're going to use it so much. And I'm going to give you these two custom projects, and I'll put that in the blog, and I'll put the link in the description so you can download these. But let's just take a look at them. Let's look at the trend one. They're standard. So now this is what my final custom projects look like. And so I build it out of sample on the future, out of sample on the past, other market 2, other market 1, higher time frame, lower time frame, slippage test, Monte Carlo parameters, Monte Carlo skip, and then I do 1 year, 1 full year, and it's got to be profitable on that final year. And that's what I do with every single one. Sometimes when we're testing in other markets, like for instance gold, maybe you can't retest in other markets for gold, and you might just have to skip this one. But you can definitely do a higher time frame or a lower time frame or future past. So some of them you might have to just unhighlight and obviously skip it to the next one. But yeah, that's how you can use this. This is used for everything. And you might be wondering, what's the difference between the trend and the mean reversion? And so they're both the same, they look the same, but where the difference is actually in the building blocks and how I do the order types and which indicators I use. So I only use indicators that are good for mean reversions, and then I only use a limit order. Okay, and then for the trend, we use the market orders. Okay, and so, and I only use indicators that are good for a trend. And there's a lot of indicators and combinations, but I keep them pretty small. And so I might just group 3 and put it in one engine, and that's where and 3 different ones for the next engine. And then I can figure out, which one out of these are all good. And and then you can have them compete against each other to see out of all those engines which one created the best one at the final end. And you could also have 2 on the same pair for trend and mean reversion. And the final thing I just want to talk about is your portfolio. What are you going to create inside your prop firm combo of different financial items? That what are you going to trade? And let me just give you a simple answer. You're gonna make 1 gold, and then you're gonna make 1 indice. Okay, you're gonna either make a Dow Jones, a Nasdaq, or an S&P 500. You're just gonna make one of those, so you can figure out the best one inside there. So that's That's how it's going to start. Gold and then an indice. So those are the two things you have to make. And so the reason why you have to make a gold and just one thing, one gold, not a silver, is because you're not going to have enough leverage. They have different leverages for metals. It might say like 1 to 100 leverage or 1 to 130 leverage, but that's not the real leverage they allow you. So it's different for gold and different for indices. It's like 1 to 10, and 1 to 10 for both of those, I think. So you have to really trade small on your gold and your indices. And so that's why you just choose one. You can only have one of those, one of each. And then the rest is going to be filled up with, forex currency pairs. And you know what? I don't know the best forex currency pairs. We can try to figure that out, but there's a lot of differences. We could have, two going on the same pair, but maybe one's a mean reversion and one's a trend, and then you could split the risk between that. So you could have two strategies going for one pair and half the risk, or you could just take one solid one. There's no perfect answer to that question that I have, but I do know you got to have a gold and you got to have one indice, and you can pick from either Dow Jones, NASDAQ 100, or S&P 500. Those are two solid things to take away from here. We'll figure out the forex ones later. Maybe we can discover something better as we go along, but yeah, and I don't think so. And you'll see when you get into strategy quant, you start seeing your results. Like, some things are just impossible to make strategies on, no matter what time frame. Yeah. So hopefully we took away two things from this. We took away those templates that are in the link in the description below for the custom projects, and you know that you're going to be making a gold and an indice. And we'll see you in the next one. And thanks very much, guys.